Hopefully I won't miss anybody tonight.
This will be quick.
So Morris, come on, tell me all about your trip to Mull. Who did you go with?
I went with Tony Harrison, and we went in his GTR Black Edition with 600 plus brake horse. And it was a case of whoa! And then he touched the brake and it whoa! And I was either hitting the windscreen or laid back whenever he hit the loud pedal or the brake. Some bloody machine, and it doesn't skitter about, it sticks where it's supposed to do, but it's crap on Mull. We stayed at Heidi's up on Mull, and we didn't see a rally car driven in anger for the whole event. We ran a passage check, we ran a regroup, a card collection, and that was it. And all the time we were all punching along nice and slowly. I didn't see anything happen, and that was about it. Other than that, it was a good time. So we got on the ferry on Sunday morning and came back.
Yeah, you went back quite early, didn't you, really?
We got down to the ferry for 7 o'clock, eventually left the island at 10, and we were home 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So it was Tony's first time up, wasn't it?
Tony's
He's
first
never
time.
been before.
Yeah.
He was great though, because he came and helped us a little bit with the brakes when he'd arrived as well, hadn't he? So he did some cleaning off of those, so that was good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that was it, that's all I did.
Does Tony want to go again?
Oh yes. Yeah, he might send Ayrton next time, which should be more fun.
And what do you think he'll travel up with next time, car-wise?
Ayrton won't be allowed the Nissan, but he might borrow Tony's Proton, because Tony's talking about lending the Proton to do a couple of road rallies.
Oh, right. That will be very interesting, won't it? So that's for next year, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, cracking. Watch this space then, isn't it?
Aye. Yeah.
So you didn't go up last year, so this is like you skipped a year and you've gone up this year. Would you like to go up again next year?
Oh yeah, because it now doesn't clash with my birthday, does it?
I don't know.
No, you did birthday cake for me on the last one.
Oh, that's right, I did, didn't you? Yeah.
So they've moved it so it doesn't clash with the birthday. So
Well, they know you see. They went,
I
oh,
don't
mustn't
get-
clash
yeah,
with
that's
Morris's
it.
birthday.
Yeah, so I don't get grief from the kids.
Oh, well, it's important, isn't it, really? Oh, that's good.
That's all happened.
Yeah,
Nothing more.
Nothing more. No, you had no incidents or anything like
Nothing
that?
at all. Oh, the one good thing, you most likely seen it on Facebook, but Alan Barnes has been selling squares for sale on his car. So when he came into the regroup, I slapped a Clitheroe district sticker on one of his squares, and he said it gave him 10 brake horsepower more once that were fitted. So if you want a quick, cheap, faster car, I've got stickers over there, but I do charge for fitting.
Yeah, we had noticed it because we were following behind at one stage and we could see it and we thought he doesn't know anything about that. No,
I
that's
took
good.
the mickey out of it on Facebook. I got a very serious answer.
Oh.
You will get a serious one.
long-standing member of this club.
Oh, why did I say anything? Yeah.
You're alright, I've had him on the phone 4 times this week about various things, and it's gone on for hours.
The new Steve Johnson. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, he is actually, but more serious. Right, that's it. Go
Right,
on,
well,
next one up.
thanks, Morris.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, who else marshalled? Anybody else marshal? No? Right, okay, well, we'll start with some of the competitors then. We'll get Mr. Calvert up. Come along, come and sit with me.
I need my navigator. I can't find a way without a navigator.
Not that helps all the time.
Speak to him first.
Speak to him first.
Well, he's never been to Mull before, so compete and whatever. And
Well, you got up to the island when? Was it Monday or Tuesday?
Sunday.
Sunday,
We
because
got
you left the
Sunday.
car up by us, didn't you? Then you
Yeah,
went
Sunday.
down south. And you arrived,
Wednesday evening,
yeah, and then you started your recce. Yeah.
straight from Regno Ferry Park.
Excellent, yeah, go straight in there,
That
no
was
messing
it, yeah.
about, yeah.
No, that was it.
How did your recce go?
Yeah, really good. I'd actually been up with Tony quite a few weeks before I just I don't want to call it a recce because it wasn't, but it was
A wreck it? No? Oh no, that was later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A sightseeing tour.
Sorry.
Yeah, just to check notes, because it's my first time on tarmac on notes. Just to go with Tony to get a familiarity with the island. So I've only been up once before, so.
And that was when you stopped with us, wasn't it? You were doing our management car, didn't you?
Correct, yeah.
Yes. Can't
So-
call it a chase car.
Just to see all the stages and see how they flowed and what they look like.
So you were using, was it Sturrock's Knowles?
Scott's maps.
Yeah, Scott Maps, yes.
Yeah.
Sturrock, yeah.
And everyone.
And when, did they arrive in time?
Well, they arrived
They
in time
arrived.
for the rally.
They arrived. Oh, that's in
so-
time. That's in time. And last time I used them, we were setting off at dinner time to go and
Yeah.
start the rally, and they arrived at 1 o'clock,
Well, I was
just as
starting-
we were leaving.
I was starting
so-
to panic a little because they were already like a few weeks later, and I thought, are they even going to come? And then Tony's arrived and mine didn't.
She sent him that email.
I didn't even bother. Like, there's no point. It clearly doesn't reply to them.
No.
But a brilliant like printed A4 page of excuses, which was a good read at least.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah. Apparently his life's fallen apart. So
His water falling apart.
It's
his
life.
life.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
She was telling you all that, was it?
Yeah. So I mean,
Fabulous.
fair play.
Fabulous
He got the
comment.
notice to me.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, everyone was complaining there was too much in the Scots maps, and I was starting to agree actually when we were doing the.
Well, they are safety notes at the end of the day, aren't they? As opposed to being,
Yeah, but I think once we were in the stages, I think they were.
you got enough.
Everything was there, and it will come with time taking things out. But I think. What do you think, Dave? Were they all right? Yeah.
Well, you got the thing is, you will get a lot of the like compressions that you might, if you're new to writing notes, that you wouldn't know there. And the roads have changed quite a lot over the
We're
last
not talking about
12 months.
compression now. We
Don't
don't,
know
There's
what
one, there's one missing.
we don't talk
Is
about
that in
them.
now for next year?
It certainly is.
We don't talk about them.
But you should have known that one.
No. Can't remember any of it.
Right. So you carried, you did your recce, everything all right?
We didn't do everything. We didn't go to Benesson. We didn't do
No,
some.
we didn't
We
either.
didn't do some one way, but we did. I had to go down to Craig Newer to look at the car. I had the O'Donnell's car for him. Like every day I have to go look at the O'Donnell's car. We just organised to pick him up off the boat, and we just drove up, back, and that was it.
So when you
Well,
were
that's what
down at the Wagstaff, did you not have a quick nosy down there at all? Did you not have a drive through?
I don't think I did.
No.
I can't be arsed.
Thing is, it's a lot. It's 2 minutes something, isn't it? And if you get it wrong, it's game over, isn't it? You might as well. You can probably drive through it at normal speed quicker,
Yeah,
can't you? Not have any
probably,
accidents.
well, yeah, you don't do like a Dougie Hall did. If anybody knows what Dougie Hall went, the opposite way to what they run it this year. There's a long straight, big bumps, the 90 to the right, and it goes round again. And it comes back to where the other side's 90 right. Well, they went off on the 90 right, and I've been off there before now and got back on, but they thought I'll drive straight on. Well, it's only a rock face higher than this room.
Straight on, weren't it?
His car's on nose end. I thought he'd just straight over this U-section, you know.
And that was it. It was game over, wasn't it? For him?
Yeah, but if you know these things, you don't, you go steady away, don't you?
And that's
They
when
were
they ran it
steady
the other
away.
way, though, didn't they? When they did that, I
They were
preferred
steady
the other
away.
way actually.
What Dave doesn't know is that the pace notes for Alton, the Scots Maps one started about 200 metres further into the stage.
Oh, did they?
So I got there and I was like, that doesn't look like the picture.
No, it caught me up as well.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah, that
Because you're
was.
straight, it's straight out to that farmyard,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
quite airy, scary anyway.
Yeah, I wondered what was going on.
I bet you did.
So that was interesting. I don't know whose fault that was. We should have wrecked it and
So we went to the pub then, didn't we?
yeah.
Good place to be.
It was a good place to be.
Good place to be. We missed the Tuesday Motor Club meeting, though, didn't we?
You did. You were sorely missed. There were quite a few of us
Really?
went to the McDonald Armchair, and you weren't there.
You should all go to the Motor Club meeting on Mull on Tuesday. It's a good place to have a Motor Club meeting. The beer flows.
Ooh.
So I got a bad seeding for everybody else, but all good for me. And it was a disaster waiting to happen, I think, all the way through. Well, I borrowed a helmet for a start. Well, it doesn't start there. It starts weeks before. When I realised that I moved my car for the first time since last year, and it's bloody heavy on the steering. Well, I can't drive this thing. I'll get some power steering. So I rang them on. Oh, it takes weeks to make that, he says. So I kind of forgot it then. And I thought, I better get it tested, MOT tested. That's 8 days before I go into Mull. And from the other car, I have Proflex that I put on the back, because Mull's a bit like this. If anyone goes to Mull, you're like this all the time, won't you? You do need something to hold the back end down. So I put this Proflex on, I drive off to Clitheroe, and it's bang, bang, bang. What the hell have I done now? I've only changed the axle and made the brackets narrower, so the Proflex is catching on the chassis.
Yeah, it's one of those jobs where you cross off one thing and after you've found 2 more to do, yeah. But we got there in the end.
We did. What I would say is it was well worth it, because effectively the car, whilst it was built for last year's Mull, we had a problem within 1.5 miles of the start, and for the first leg it never ran right at all, and then obviously the rally was stopped, and we'd done a Blighton event straight after the Jack Hall, and it wasn't right for that either, because it got 112 on
I
the
think
noise
112 if I remember right.
yeah, so the fueling was all out. There's, you know, so this really was the first time the car was right, and straight from the start we could tell the car was absolutely bob on.
A different animal altogether.
Different altogether. So, you know, every credit to Mr. Cotton and his team.
It does go, it goes well when it's on song, doesn't it? It's good, strong.
Because Steve actually said, because you drove it up the last test run you gave it,
Yeah.
he said, I won't mind doing the event again in this, as long as it's dry.
Yeah.
You know, because for a 205, it's what, 239 horsepower, so it is good.
So when did you arrive on the island?
We, a bit like John, we arrived sort of Monday lunchtime, but I felt for Steve a bit, because I turned up at his house at sort of 6 o'clock 5 o'clock on Monday morning, and his dog had died during the night, so he'd been up on the fell. He had to bury his dog. I'd run over the tree stump he leaves cunningly disguised in his drive and taken the sill out of my car, so we hadn't had a great start. But again, like John, we started recceing early, and Steve, he gets a bit bored on the recce, but this time we did far more than we did last year, and it really went well, and apart from the really near squeak that we had, we didn't have an issue.
So what was different this year to last year then? If you're saying it went better this year, what was it that made it? Was it just you pouring the car that was better, you having a better crack in that,
I think
because you knew how each other worked a bit more?
I think that definitely.
Because you've got to have a laugh when you wrecking, because it is dreadfully boring, isn't it?
It can be, yeah. But I think
Last year your first event with him?
yes,
Right.
yeah. And we sort of didn't know each other very well last year, but I'd been up with Matt, and we'd done quite a few miles, haven't we? We'd been up for 3 nights, whatever it was. So I was a lot more comfortable with the notes, which made a big difference. Picking up on, again, what John said, even from when you and I went up, I was taking stuff out the notes on the recce, and when it got to Wednesday, and we'd done probably nowhere near the mileage that I think the guys had done, but we'd done each stage maybe 5 or 6 times, I was starting to take little things out, and I think if I went up again next year, I'd probably take quite a lot out. But I do think the notes are accurate. You know, we use the Finley format, you know, which is sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I wouldn't feel confident of doing my own notes totally, but I'd feel quite confident now that I could probably take a lot more out the notes. So we were great, and these guys arrived up with Steve's son and Dan that works for Steve, both great lads. So we thought, we have never been this well prepared. You know, the car was with us, it was bob on, we arrived, and then we settled down for the first night, and Simon Cole with us, he's an Olympic standard snorer. He is unbelievable. Now, and we're in quite a nice lodge, wasn't it?
Yeah, but all open plan, wasn't
But
it?
all open plan. And Hudson got up in, was that the Wednesday night?
Yeah.
No,
Thursday
night. He got up at middle at night, and he doesn't sleep very well anyway, and he slept the rest of the night in the Range Rover.
I'm not sure if it was the snoring that woke me up or whether it was Hudson swearing and cursing and
Slamming
Yeah.
doors.
He said at one point he stood in the kitchen with a carving knife,
We've all been
Yeah.
there at some time,
Yeah.
haven't we? Somebody who snores.
and I'm not good, but Simon Cole is unbelievable. But and there's a serious side to this, because within a few hours his leg had swollen up, and when I say swollen up, it was unbelievable. I mean, you know, at my age, I love a swelling like that. So, but and I thought, you know, he's a big, strong lad, is Steve. He putting this on a bit. He dropped his pants, and it was literally black and blue, the full thigh. I thought, that ain't good. So he actually went to the hospital at Tobermory, and they said it's
He just said he'd had cramp in the night,
cramp
didn't he,
in
in
the
the back
night.
of the car?
Yeah, in the back of the car. But can't give you any tablets because you're driving in the rally on Friday night. You just got to keep moving a bit, and it will go.
Take some paracetamol, off you go, innit?
Yeah, but the lad, and he's quite a tough lad, is Steve. You know, he was really suffering, and at one point I thought, we ain't going to start, and I'd have fully understood.
He was having
And
a real job getting in and out of the car, wasn't he?
oh, it was terrible, Steve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, and even it nearly came to the point where I was going to have to drive on the road sections. He couldn't sit in the car and operate the throttle really very well. Anyway, we did the first leg. We got a notional time on stage 4, which well, stage maximum. When we did, I'd recorded it at 5 minutes 40 odd, and they gave us why they did that. I do not know. And we had quite a debate at arrival control for stage 5 with the marshal. Well, from the arrival up to the stage start. Well, it was the arrival guy, to be honest. And a few came a cropper with him, and it got quite a difficult debate, and I didn't want it to get difficult with him because there was quite a few cars waiting, and you couldn't actually see the yellow, yellow board before the arrival control. So we had a debate, but when we looked at the timesheets coming down into the leg finish, they'd given us a 10-minute maximum on stage 4, and we did it in 5 minutes 4, and they'd given us a 7-minute penalty on stage 5, and I just couldn't understand it. So, Hudson was getting a bit irate about it, so we'll just see the competitor liaison officer, and it was a chap called Duncan Brown, and he was absolutely brilliant. We saw him at the start of the second leg, superb, and during the course of the second leg they sorted it all out. It was just the timekeepers in the night. It's a difficult job. There's only 5 or 6 of them. Big field. It was just a simple error. Apart from they left us with 1 minute penalty, and that was up with the clerk of the course. And our next door neighbour, he'd had the same issue. So I saw John Cope's navigator that had a problem, Clive Molyneux, and you think, were they all at that particular control? Don't know if they were, but there were people who had road penalties that you think, well, why is that? They wouldn't normally have
the way
that.
they'd done it was that you had 5 minutes penalty free from your 15
right.
minutes lateness, which is absolutely bonkers. So if you had 6 minutes that they weren't going to shift, then you ended up with a 10-second penalty for that extra minute.
Yeah.
So, but 5 minutes penalty free just isn't enough when you're on tight road sections.
No, but the arrival control, there was a number of cars, and the chap in front of us, Paul Darlington in the Saab, he said, "Oh, you can come through." And we pulled in front of him, and we sat there. We must have waited a couple of minutes. So I knew it was right when we went in, but he judged that we'd gone past the yellow board. We couldn't see it. And there was a number of people who couldn't see it, I don't think. So anyway, but car was great. I don't think you guys had a lot to do.
No, not until towards the end of the rally, wasn't it? We had a couple of little. Although we had a wiper issue, didn't we? The linkage came apart on the wipers.
Not a Mull was this one for the wipers to fail, was it? Even Eddie O'Donnell had a piece of rope to flick his wipers.
Before we got to start the second leg, Hudson's leg was even worse, and he went back down to the hospital, and they said, "Oh, we should have told you it'll look worse before it gets better." Well, it looked awful, before the second.
It showed me.
Well, yeah.
You were showing anybody would look.
Because he says, "Let me show you." Way! I'm like, "Ah!"
So the second leg
counselling
for
now.
us, he drove well within himself in the circumstances, and I must say, in the daylight, the Hill Road is an awful stage.
Back of the moon.
It is the back of the moon.
Isn't it just?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very much so. But the real problem started on the running back down the glen to the end of the leg. It sounded as though Big End was going, or real sort of loud knocking noise. So we handed the card in. Steve was having a debate with himself, should we retire? He didn't want to risk any real damage to the engine. But between us, well, no, let's let the lads have a look at it at least. So we pulled in at Heidi's place, and then that's when these guys took over.
Yeah, we could hear a noise, a tapping noise from low revs from like tick over, but the engine had good oil pressure. When I followed him on the road, he couldn't smell any oil, he didn't appear to be burning any. Catch tank hadn't got anything in it, so I was a bit puzzled by it really. We started looking for other things. Decided we'd pull the plugs out just to see if we had any evidence there. Looked like it might have been arcing on one plug cap, didn't it? With it being down a long tube, thought maybe that was generating that kind of noise. So we had all the plugs out of it, and it was switched off for about half an hour. Gapped all the plugs, put them all back in, starts it up again, and Steve had gone for something to eat. It disappeared, and it was much worse when we started. It was starting really bad then. So we're all like, oh shit, I don't know what to do now. But what we noticed was that because we had it jacked up and the driver's side wheel was off, it sounded like it was worse from the under the wheel arch. And so we pulled the cam belt cover off, had it running again, had a look at the cam belt and idler, see if it was potentially moving about or something like that. Couldn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, we'd already checked the crank nut because we'd had an issue with the dry sump pump arrangement and the pulley set up for the alternator and stuff. And this was before we came to the rally, and it had all been...
I can tell us a little bit about how we got on. Pretty uneventful, really. That's it, thank you very much.
Come on, Heidi,
Oh, go on then. Yeah, we had a good result actually. We didn't do a humongous amount of wrecking. A lot of people think we do absolutely loads and we're up there all year round and we're always wrecking. We don't, we never go on the roads any other time than when it's rally time. We just go out and we do our recce. We did, like I say, we did... We don't! It's just that, it's like anything else. I mean, I've been going up, I've calculated this is my 26th time I've been up. I've competed since 98, only missing 1 year for an operation, which I thought was pretty good going that. And I still enjoy it as much as I did the first time I did it all the years ago. And Chris has been doing it forever as well. So the roads don't change that much. It's just looking where, like I said, there's a few more compressions and bits. I mean, so I was seeding we're quite happy with. Some folks said, oh, it must have been a bit rubbish that, getting seeded 65th. No, it's about where we normally are, somewhere around about that. First stage, slippy as anything, Missionish locks. I've never been sideways down at that particular point after one of the hairpins, looking at it from that angle going, ooh, we think we should be going that way. So that was quite hairy scary. I said to keep Chris on the ball when we come across Daniel parked up at the end of Gribben as you were coming back down towards Knock Farm, because all he could say, kept saying, flipping out, Daniel's parked up, Daniel's parked. I said, keep your eye, keep concentration, you know, we're nearly, you know, and just to keep him going all the time with that was quite difficult. But the second stage was where we had the big problems, which was we'd gone over the hill road. We'd had two pretty heavy landings, which we've never come across. And you actually see there's quite a lot of cut in the road now from the sump guard marks. So we weren't the only one. And Chris has been using, by the looks of things, his clutch pedal as a footrest without realising, because we're on a dog box, we don't really need the clutch. So he'd landed heavy with his foot on the clutch pedal. And we were coming up, there's a run up to a house on Tywworth. You go up the hill, and we had no gears. Well, he had gears, but he couldn't do anything with them. A full selection of them. Just crunch, 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 but the clutch was lifted. So we just rolled into the lay-by, got out to try and see what it is. You're running around like smash men. It's flipping hard work, isn't it? When you're trying to work on your car, you've got your helmets and everything else on, trying to sort it all out. So I said, right, I'll get the warning triangle out, because I'm thinking, oh, game over, pub. It's always a winner, you know. I'm not bothered, whatever, just go to the pub. Boom, our minute man went past us. So we're still running around, trying to sort bits and pieces out. Chris is like, still under the bonnet. And then the next minute, I hear him go, get back in, get the triangle in, get back in. I found out what it is. So I'm like, then could get the flipping boot pin in, back in the car, you know. So you're trying to get your belts on and everything. And then boom, next minute, man, he went past us. So we're still trying to get belted up and everything. And we're just about to pull out when boom, I thought, that's 3 minutes. So we then followed straight out, all to the way to the end of the stage, no notes, because you haven't got time. He knows where he's going on that bit anyway, so he's all right, allegedly. Anyway, so we get to the end of the stage. We knew then we'd dropped 3 minutes, and where we'd been, I think it was something around about 40th, I think, after the first stage, 125th. So you know it's pretty pants, but you got the rest of the rally to go at, haven't you? You've got another 2 legs or whatever. So we went into service, had a look at it as we were getting in, and Chris said, look, it's flipping clutch pedal, it's bent. What it had done, it had jammed down on the bump stop on the pedal and clipped itself underneath. So it was just down, so the clutch were lifted, had the gears, but until you realise something as simple as that, you start looking at the waist, don't you? You're underneath, you're checking cylinders out, all that kind of stuff. So it was a simple fix. He got hold of it with his foot, went like that and bent it over, and he thought, right, that's cured that one. So into service, had a proper look at it. Yeah, we basically sorted it. So one thing on our list now is footrest. So that will be being sorted. So we thought, right, we'll carry on footrest at night. Went out, had a good blast, but of course, you know, where near on your times then, you've dropped so far down the field. So Saturday, not much to do on the car, quick spanner check, let's have a quick look over. Car's running absolutely mint. But we were seeded for starting on the Saturday afternoon, something around about 80, I think it were. So I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. So you then spend an afternoon catching people, and I mean, I know it's only 1400, but some of them that like the back runners, you do catch them. We were behind Alan Barnes, who was quite excited, thinking, oh, we're beating Chris and I did. But he hadn't actually looked at the times and realised he wasn't actually beating us. But we left him like there, looking at the Clitheroe District Motor Club sticker on the back corner of his car all day. Bit of a weird scenario on the first run when we come over the hill road on the loop section was that we knew we were going to catch Alan and Neil in their car. We were so close to them all the time, we thought, right, the hill road's the one we're going to get them on. But we also had car 44 behind us who'd had a problem, he'd been stopped, and then he was trying to move himself back up as well, and that was a Mark II Escort, and he's really, really quick lad, is Greg as well, so we knew that it was going to be pretty close between us catching like Neil and Alan and Greg who was coming up behind us. So you're conscious, aren't you, of like people around you and what you're doing. So the first run on the hill road, we were just going over a couple of bumps. We were just getting up to where they were, and then we saw up in car 44 behind us. So Chris thought, right, poof, he was in, and we're straight back out again as the Escort flew past us. We'd only gone a matter of half a mile, and we're in a convoy of cars, 20 odd cars on non-competitive speed. I went, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? No yellow flags, nobody waving anybody down. And we all just trundled down we went, all the way down to the stop line. No idea what anything was caused by. The stop line crew were there going, why is everybody running non-competitive? I haven't got a clue. The guy who was doing the radio at that point, we know him quite well, he said, oh God, something I can understand. He says, why is everybody going slowly? I went, I don't know, we just come across them, no yellow flag or anything. So we then went to go and, like you said, you carry on, you go and do your next sort of like loop and everything. But bizarre time. And then there were loads of them giving a notional time except us. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to fight this one. So we carried on, we did the next loop. Again, keep coming across, saying hi to Morris and Tony. Hi, did a good job. Miserable job in it, but you did a good job. And then we finished, like say, Saturday afternoon, not much else had happened, and so we've been picking the times back up as we'd be going through. But we still had this weird time showing that we'd done it in something like 11 minutes 53, which was the exact time they'd given us on the stage. But everybody else had been given a 10-minute something notional time, except us, even though we were in the same queue of cars. I thought, right, I'll get this sorted out with the competitor liaison officer, get it all posted out with them and everything. And we'd also had another weird penalty given on a road section time with the marshals again. That was like that 5-minute penalty free. We'd been stuck at the passage control. There were all sorts of stuff. And so I thought, well, get the whole lot bagged and sorted. So we'd moved up quite a fair chunk on the Saturday afternoon. Again, no dramas, back to the house, sorted tea out, mooched about, just hanging around, waiting, so make sure you were all right, made some brews, mooched about a bit more. You were parked up behind us fixing the car, we're underneath the gazebo. We couldn't get out to go to our start. It was like trying to manoeuvre ourselves around the trees to go and trundle off. Still nothing had been sorted out with our queries on our time, so we still haven't got a clue what were going on with that, but we knew there was about a minute time to play with what they'd given us with everybody else's notional time. And then just set off on the Saturday night section. Great, we had a cracking do. We just laughed all the time, it was great fun. Everywhere we were going, we were having a laugh with the marshals. There was just one miserable set of marshals who made everybody get out of the car, even though you were in the arrival control. You had to get all your belts off, you had to run up to get your time, even though you'd already passed the yellow on your time, and then made you stand in a queue and wait, and then gave you the time on the clock. So that was something else I had to get sorted out, which I could have done without, but that's just a bit of marshal training issues that they've got. And then we got to the last stage, which was down Glen Arras. Love it down there, like I say, it's dead fast in it. You just floors and then you're off up into the Go Over Mission Locks. Again, we love that stage as well, know it quite well. And it's always been one of those where you come over, down into the dip, up the hill to the bakery, flying finish and you finish, don't you? I'm just there reading my notes. Oh, I haven't got any more notes. I have nothing more to say. It's over to you, Chris. And I shut my book because I hadn't got the rest of the notes to the end of the stage. So Chris is like going, oh, flipping heck. So he's hanging on to the car. He's going, I'm just hooting with laughter. I said, well, you better get it to the finish now then, haven't you? It's your problem. He said, well, I better not go off. As we'd just been, before that, we'd gone past Tree Bend. There were 2 cars off in there again. Why? Why did they do it? I'll just never know. But yeah, so we got to the finish and we were still laughing our heads off. And the fact that we had a full section of notes not written, it was just because we'd used notes from last year and we obviously kept using the locks anyway. We hadn't sort of realised there was a bit extra anyway. If you don't know that, there's something wrong with him anyway. He thinks I should get the cock-up trophy for that, but I will disagree with that one. So there we go. So we finished showing that we were 33rd and second in class, because the guy who was leading the class, he'd gone off during the afternoon stages. We'd seen him parked up. One of those you go, oh, shame. So we carried on thinking that's us, moved up another one. And I just was, this minute difference on this nominal time was bugging me because it still hadn't been corrected. So we had a word and we were told that the results would be posted 9 o'clock on the Sunday morning down at the Masonic Hall. So we were in bed literally 2 hours, set the alarm for it to go off to get on to check that they'd actually sorted the notional time out for us. No, it was still standing. So we phoned up the...
Sorry, if that's not working, that's
No, no, this is what gets us all the YouTube views.
They all wait for you, you see.
No.
So, you went to Mull this year.
Only just.
Yeah, I believe you had quite an interesting journey up.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell everybody what happened?
Absolute disaster. That's what happened. It were from where to go. We were going to take a van that blew up. So, got my road car that blew up 3 days before. So, we decided to go at road rally car.
Wish that blew up.
And it didn't just quite get there, but yeah, we rolled it. Not my fault. Navigator error. Got to pass blame on to you.
Fairness to me, it wasn't my fault.
Now, as a navigator, you've got to say these
Yeah,
things.
no.
Is that-
It wasn't actually my fault.
No, it went up to you, so.
He drives like a twat. What do you want me to do? No, we set off, didn't we? You know, I wasn't very happy anyway because we always sleep in car. Everybody else takes tents, but we can't be arsed because we always just get smashed and sleep.
I hate tents.
Yeah, we don't do setting up tents because it just don't go well.
They tend to blow away on me
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
it.
don't
You
they?
gotta pack them away when they're all wet and.
It's well easier to just throw everything in the car and piss off. So, but only problem is, you know, road rally car, bucket seats and roll cages and stuff. Just it's not really ideal sleeping.
You're a bit slack like
Yeah,
that,
so
aren't you?
I was not happy in the fact that I've got a nice car, comfortable heated leather seats car that we could have gone in, but he wants to drive. So, anyway. So I said right.
You didn't want to crash it.
So I said right, as long as we can find somewhere to sleep. So we took middle bar out of roll cage. That were all right. Came to the opinion that if you undid the back Allen keys on the bucket seats, they'd lean forward, get our heads down. Right. I still wasn't happy about the fact that I had to sit in a bucket seat all the way to Mull. But I know we go the long way. We don't. Everybody else goes to Auburn, don't they?
Only now because it's cheaper. Not everybody does. We came back Loch Island because you can get off the island a bit quicker because there's the amount of traffic. It just works out more expensive now going Corran and Loch Island as before. It used to be the cheaper way of doing it, but it's only 13 quid now on Auburn to take your car and 4.5 hours there. So
that's just brilliant. So yeah, well there's a little road in there that goes all the way.
Yeah, you link
and then there's
between
a little road, isn't there?
Yeah, you've got the little Corran road.
Well, E-Rate likes little, you know, because he's a rally driver and all this. So
it's fast road that though, isn't it?
It's an amazing road.
It's good, isn't it?
So
when you get your car to float just right on there, it's great, isn't it?
You know, we did rate well on Clitheroe, you know, for, you know, so we got on this road and I thought, you know, he was going a bit quick and I kept saying, you know, we've got to get this car home, you know, he's got to do, we were meant to be doing dance sport, so, you know, I was like, you know, just get us there, lad, you know, we're in no rush, nobody, I mean, other lads that went in other cars, you know, like, he'd blitzed them off at first 2 miles. So I was getting that worried about, you know, I got to the point where I was starting to see, like,
you're hanging on.
I thought he's going to need some help here, so I whipped my maps out on my phone, didn't I? I'm like, come on. So by this point, I'm reading map. He's in there, and we're all of a sudden doing a road rally on Way Mull. So yeah, it was going quite well actually. But car wasn't handling so well because we nearly rolled it like 8 times going down Glencoe.
Was it Wallaway or?
No, it was just it was shit. The back end was coming out everywhere, wasn't it? There was something wrong. Well, you did a curve, hadn't you, up way home one night and bent wheel or something. But we decided it wouldn't deter us.
It weren't that bad. It weren't.
It were.
Didn't know.
So anyway, I remember there's a bit on this little road. You come down to a house.
Yes.
And Dan unfortunately put it in that ditch last year when we.
Yes.
90 left.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than a 90 left first one, isn't it? It's
it
like,
tightens.
Yeah. So then I said, you know exactly where it is, Dan put it on. Yeah, I know where I'm going, mate. I don't need you anymore. So I'm like, all right then. So I got my kind of strongbow back out, my pack of nuts.
Always.
Yeah, and started making it fine, you know. I said, he knows where he's going now. And then I just looked up and I said, you know, you're going a bit quick. Don't just remember, 90 left here. Don't worry, mate, I've got this. And I'm thinking, well, if he's got it... I'm thinking, well, he said he's got it, but he ain't braking. In fact, I think we were going faster. And I, you know, but I thought...
Popped up another gear. And
yeah, I just had another swig of strong, but I thought, you trying to get as much... Anyway, I went round this corner, broadside.
Did it then nip up this?
You know, like, as a passenger, you kind of look at the big grass bank and think, you know, this ain't going to end. Well, I think as a driver, you always think you've got it, don't you?
I had it.
Then you got it.
Well, we hit this banking, but it didn't really stop as we were going that fast. It just, I don't know. It just up it went. Big roll, like.
So you're covered in strongbow, or was your car
crisps?
Jack Daniels
crisps?
whiskey.
Crisps.
I had a bottle of Jack Daniels whiskey come past my head at a fast rate.
It smashed on.
It smashed on windscreen, and it just covered it with that Tennessee fire. It was like.
Yeah, that stuff we like.
Oh yeah.
And then that mixed with me crisps and my strongbow and my sweet chili peanuts. But yeah, it's hard. Like it's seriously hard.
It just our sync came out and then we went once other way. and just up this banking, and it just didn't stop.
Do you know how many times you rolled?
2.5.
Because you ended up on your side, yeah?
Yeah.
So was it driver's door down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, 'cause
still
I-
tried getting out.
in a
Yeah,
bit
do
of
you
a-
try and open your door to
In a
get
bit
out?
of a
Yeah.
mad panic, you know, I was sat there and I was like, you know, well, I'm still alive, you know. And then he said to me, "You alright?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
No. I said, "Are you okay?" And you said, "Absolutely spot on."
What else are you gonna say?
Was that with drunk Warren?
What else are you gonna say? You know, laying on my side like
I
that.
looked at you. You're holding a bag of crisps with no crisps in it. And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine."
What else did he say? And then in a mad panic after he determined that we're alright, he was like this on slide, like, "You alright?"
Undid harness, just hit floor.
Trying to undo his door.
And then I got it in my head, I had to get out of the car.
Yeah,
so I
you
just
started to get a panic.
boom, ripped door up, got out. It is.
I just sat in there, made a fag and picked my phone up. Well,
And then realised you had no service.
Well, yeah, well, no, not on fire, but my wallet and everything were in all glass, so that was. I wanted to get my stuff together. And my iPad, which we're having music, because we don't have a CD player.
Oh,
So
that,
you really
yeah,
have the
that's
iPad?
it. We had a loudspeaker, Bluetooth, and we cable tied it to roll
Yeah.
gear.
And it was still pumping away.
That's
some mega dance
We had
tunes
some
on.
like 90s anthems on. We were there on our side and just going dush, 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 dush. And I like, turn that music off.
But we get it out, you know, you dust yourself, you know, you're a bit stiff. He
Fuck
pops a
car
couple on
over.
your offence because you can hardly walk.
Yeah.
And
Fuck
then,
car over.
Yeah, it started up. And I said, you know, I don't think he's driving anywhere. And he of course he will, not wrong with it.
I don't know, rage came over, started bringing me back wheel and stuff.
Not wrong with it, cage were folded flat. And I'm like, I ain't going so far. And he's like, well, I've got to take it, someone will rob my wheels. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But it started, it just dragged back end a bit. We're a bit like a... You ever seen Jack Russell scrape his ass against a bit like that. That's what it reminded me of. It wouldn't really move so far, so...
I had it in my head, it would move. We didn't actually know, did we? We were going to get it onto Ireland. I thought it were alright.
Yeah, he thought, you know, bob that on ferry on morning, rob your sail.
Well, I got a pair of my mate's sunglasses. Well, I think they were his mother's, but put them on, I couldn't see a thing. 2 in the morning. I thought if I kick the screen out, get sunglasses on, I'll be alright, but I couldn't see up. So we decided to leave it there. And
Did you put a notice on it? That, you know,
yeah, I wrote OK on bonnet.
Yeah.
And Will returned outside, but
Yeah.
someone took RE off, so it sort of said Will turn. Yeah.
I wish I'd have put Will not.
So I got our stuff out of the boot, rammed it in Dan's car, and then we got in another car. And I started drinking and I never stopped. But yeah, got on Ireland. Sort of started panicking a bit on how I fucked my life. But
It's only a car.
yeah, I know, but I wanted to get it home. I don't like. He just said jerry can it and set it on fire, but
What more do you do? Like, you know, you're up there, middling over.
pride and joy.
Pride.
I'm gonna do dance sport in it. Yeah, and then managed to get a couple of lads together that helped me out. And car were home before I were.
That's good then, isn't it?
Rang a lad.
Mine is
Don't-
his bank account.
Some lads, James, we're not really friends at all. And he said, yeah, I'll come pick it up for you. I said, do you know where it actually is? He said, yeah, no, it'd be right. Anyway, after what were it, 13.5-hour round trip, he said he'd never do it again.
And he's still not your friend.
No.
He keeps commenting on pictures now, saying how mental he thinks we are that we go all the way up there and manage to roll.
Well, we were on phone, he was like, I'm going down this road. Just don't know where your car is, you know. I think we've gone wrong. And then he went round the corner and goes, oh, fucking no. Oh, I see it. But yeah, anyway, got home, it were all good. I carried on drinking. Watched Rally, which were, spot on. Watched
So what do you do for sleeping? Because obviously that was going to be your
Oh.
digs, weren't it, for the rally?
I managed to get
Hey,
it.
yeah.
I got in a tent.
You managed to,
I managed to get my head down in a tent. Well, I always take plenty of gear, you see, whereas he just takes a coat. That's it.
I stood my ground and still said I weren't camping, so said to another one of my mates, I said, can I sleep in your car tonight? He said, yeah. But then Tony told me about Steve Hudson. I thought we were going to wake up with no legs. If he's in a Range Rover and I'm in back of a little Clio Williams. But yeah, no, it was good enough. Good enough. Watched some good rallying, did a bit of drinking. And yeah, it weren't right comfy, were it? 4 of us in a little Clio. Went over Hill Road, it was just sat on it. He has no floor left. He pulled it off road to let someone pass and I felt my legs go. This is his pride and joy, Cleo Williams, and he's knackered.
He sat in, and at my view all the way back from Mull were just literally the back headrest of someone sitting that way. I couldn't see him all to the side.
Just sleeping
that
bag
much
stacked
crap.
up with
That much crap in this
Making
play.
everyone-
Fair play, like, he got there. Well, wheelbarrow.